welcome back to my channel. For those of you who are new here, my name is Amanda, and today we are going to be doing a Bride of Frankenstein inspired look. I'm just starting off by applying some foundation. I tried to make it a little bit more pale, as with Bride of Frankenstein she is very pale skinned, but I wasn't looking to do like a full white face for this. I wanted to just use my own natural skin tone. And then just covering any blemishes so that we have a nice blank canvas to work on. And just adding that concealer anywhere that I may need some extra coverage as well. So my chin, my nose, and then underneath my eyes as well. And just blending that out with a beauty blender. And then just adding a little bit of highlighter to my face. I'm not going to be putting on a full complexion. I wanted to keep the skin very pale for this look. So I'm just adding my highlight so that I can have a little bit of a complexion, but we're doing some body painting here, so I don't want too much on the skin. And just applying that to the high points of my face. Next, applying an eyeshadow primer to my lids with a flat concealer brush. I'm just patting that on and blending it out. And the same on the other side here. Next, I'm just giving my face a little bit of dimension here, and I'm just using a contour stick and a angled contouring brush to apply that to my cheeks. I just really wanted to make sure I emphasized my cheekbones for this look. And then just blending that out with a beauty blender as well. Next, on a small blending brush, I'm taking a black eyeshadow and blending that into the crease. I'm trying really hard not to get this onto my lid entirely. We are going to cut the crease a little later, so this will remove most of that, but I didn't want it to have too much on the lid so that it was easier to apply the eyeshadow later. And you're just going to apply that in a wing shape up and out towards the end of the eyebrow. I'm just using little circular motions to blend that out and getting a little bit lighter as I get to the tail. And then just taking a blending brush and softening the edge of that line that we've just created. Just using little circular motions as well. Next, we're going to cut the crease with a little bit more of that same eyeshadow primer. You could definitely use concealer for this if you find it easier. I just have a very high pigmented eyeshadow primer, and that's what I prefer to use. I'm just very carefully creating that shape and keeping the darkest part of the black shadow that we've applied as best I can. And then really emphasizing that wing shape at the end as we cut that out. And then just to make sure it blends a little bit better with the edge of my eye there, I'm just adding some concealer to clean up a little bit. Next, I'm patting on a bright green eyeshadow. And I'm patting that all over the lid and out towards the outer corner as well. You may have to do a couple of layers of this, I know I did. And then next, just applying a green glitter on the entirety of the lid because we are doing Glamoween. And as I've said for the last few tutorials, what is Glamoween without some glitter? Now taking a small detail brush, I'm applying some black eyeshadow to my lower lash line. And then taking that same green shadow on a smudger brush, I'm applying that to the lower lash line to really smoke out that black that we applied and make sure that everything doesn't look too top heavy. And then next we're gonna go ahead and take a liner, any liner of your choice will do. I'm using a clay liner here, and you're just gonna create a wing. You can make this as dramatic as you would like. I tried to make mine a little bit bigger so it would stand out more. And then you're just gonna go ahead and fill that in. For a more in-depth tutorial on how we do a winged liner, I'll have that linked in the description below for you. And I just did my other eye off camera. Now just applying a coat of mascara to my lashes. And then just lining my waterline with a black eyeliner. And I'm not pulling down on my lid here. I know it looks like I am, but I'm just pressing the skin downwards to expose the waterline. So then I'm applying some false lashes to my lash line here. I just applied the glue and let it get tacky. And now I'm just sticking that down along my lash line as close as I possibly can get to it. The same thing on the other side here. These ones are lily lashes, but you could really use any kind of lashes that you have. So now taking a red body paint, I'm starting to outline the scars on my face for the Bride of Frankenstein. And you're gonna start with red, and we'll get into some more in-depth pieces of the scars in a moment here. I'm just mapping out where I want them to sit right now. And of course, what would Frankenstein be if they didn't have the scar across the forehead? So now I'm just creating a highlight with some white body paint along the sides of the red that we just laid down. This is going to help it create almost like a lip effect. And we're gonna blend this out with some concealer to really help the ridged look come together here. But first we've got to lay down this white outline along the red here. And you can do this with eyeliner if you don't have body paint. You don't have to use body paint. You could do this with a lipstick and eyeliner and concealer, and that would work just as well. So the next I'm taking a dark brown eyeshadow and just patting that inside where we put the red, just gently, not being super precise about it. I want it to give the illusion of depth so that it looks as though there is an actual cut on the skin here. It also just helps darken up that red because the red was quite bright. And then just blending out that white along the edges with some concealer. So this is what's going to help to create that raised effect. Next, I took a detail brush and some black body paint and just lightly drew along the side of the cuts that I had created to really help create some extra depth here. You don't want to cover up the red, you just want to add a little extra detail here. So then I'm just taking red body paint and a detail brush and creating little dots on either side of the cuts that we created. This is going to start off where the stitches will be placed. So make sure when you're putting your dots down, they're where you would like to place your stitches. So then I'm just taking a smaller detail brush and some of that same brown eyeshadow that we had for the cuts, and I'm creating little V's along the red dots to give them an illusion of pulling the skin upwards. It's almost like a shadow effect. We're gonna blend this out so that it looks a little less like you've just done some lines on your face here, but this will help to really sell the fact that this is raised skin. And so then just taking a blending brush of your choosing, any kind will do, you're gonna just blend those little V's out so that they aren't quite so harsh against the skin. So then you're going to take black body paint and add little dots to the center of the red dots that you applied. So now you're going to create your stitches. What you want to make sure you're doing is give the stitches a little bit of a rounded shape to them as opposed to just a straight line. This will really sell the effect that this is skin that is being pulled together and sitting up higher. So really make sure that when you're applying your stitches that they're nice and rounded and they don't just sit flat. And And then after all your stitches are done, you're gonna take a white body paint and you're gonna add a highlight to each stitch to really make sure that they pop against the skin. This is also gonna help them stand out and really make it look like everything is sitting up higher. And so at one point, my camera stopped recording and I wasn't really sure where it stopped. So I redid the whole process on camera for you guys, just in case I missed pieces of the stitches. Which, once I actually looked at my footage, I realized that I didn't actually lose that much of it. So this is just another look at one more piece of stitching on the face. And then I'm just applying a dark red lipstick to my lips, starting with the Cupid's bow and moving outwards towards the outer corners. I wanted this to be really classic Hollywood, so I've really emphasized my Cupid's bow here. And that's it. So all the products are listed in the description box below for you. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. If you did, feel free to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to join our little family here on YouTube. I'd love to have you see us every week. For more of my content, make sure you ring the bell so that you're notified every time I post a new video. And until next time, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.